Hello guys, it's Mrs. Light. So what I'm going to do with you is a model of the assignment we're going to assign you. The slide right before this one in your Nearpod was from my YouTube channel, my Lighthouse Music channel, and it was a compare and contrast of the song What a Wonderful World. And I didn't show you the whole song in that video, I just showed you a little piece of it. So what I'm going to model for you is a Venn diagram compare and contrast of that video. So a Venn diagram, what it does, it shows us what's the same and what's different. It's two circles. And that kind of looks like an egg, doesn't it? Two circles, and what has to happen is this part of the circle and this part of the circle is the differences, and that part in the middle is the similarities. And you know what? I'm going to draw that again. This is the deal when you do this live. When you do it live, you got to sometimes correct things. Let's draw the circle a little bit better. Take my time. And I need the overlap just a little bit bigger. That's much better. Okay, so they're not perfect circles, but you get the idea. What's going to happen next is I'm going to label the two videos from that slide that you just watched from my YouTube channel. One side was Louis Armstrong singing What a Wonderful World. That's one side. The other side, and it was probably hard to notice what her name was, but her name was Abby Ward. She was the other singer in that compare and contrast of What a Wonderful World. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the things that are different between Abby Ward and Louis Armstrong in this space, and this space right in the middle are the things that are the same. That's what goes in that middle space. So hopefully you've done a Venn diagram before and you understand how to do this. This is going to be your assignment, but for a different song than what I'm doing. I'm doing an example with you. So I gotta look at my little, I did this. I did my homework on a little piece of paper here. I'm gonna look at my little piece of paper. So I'm gonna start with the things that I thought were the same between those two clips of What a Wonderful World. First of all, the lyrics were the same. Lyrics are the words that they sang. The lyrics were the same. The second thing is the melody was primarily the same. The girl did a couple of little things with her voice. She did a little vocalizing, a little moving of her melody, just a little bit, but most of the melody was the same. Then I think both of them had a slow tempo. Both examples had a slow tempo. That's what was the same between them. So now I'd like to kind of write some of the differences that I saw between the two of them. Let's start with this. Louis Armstrong was male and Abby Ward was female. I color code everything, guys. So I'm going to use different markers. There's one of the first differences. One was male, one was female. How about Louis Armstrong kind of had a smile or a happy face, a happy expression when he was singing. And Abby Ward, I don't think she was unhappy, but she did not have a smile. I don't want to say she was sad. I kind of thought she was melancholy. Ooh. If you don't know what melancholy means, maybe you should look that up before you take the Language Arts FSA. So I thought she was a little bit melancholy. I think that Louis Armstrong had a very low singing voice. And when I say low singing voice, I mean way down low. I don't mean loud and soft, way down low. And I think that Miss Abby Ward had a medium-high singing voice. Not super high, but a medium-high voice. That's the things that I noticed about this video. We also had lots of instruments behind Mr. Armstrong. He had a lot of instruments that were playing for him. And Miss Abby Ward just had the piano. And finally, I think, oh, she sang and played, but Louis Armstrong, even though he can play the trumpet, he only sang. And then the last thing I was trying to determine was the dynamics, which is your louds and softs. I kind of thought Louis Armstrong was singing about a mezzo forte, which is medium loud. And I think because of the microphone that Abby Ward was using, hers really came across more as a forte. It came across as a forte, so that was a difference. I didn't really think the dynamics were the same for both clips that we saw. Now, this Venn diagram was for the What a Wonderful World compare and contrast. Coming up next in your Nearpod is a video by Judy Garland singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. There's a slide with her picture, and then there's her video of her singing it. Then there's a slide of a picture of a man named Israel I practiced this. Kamakawiwo'ole. That's the Hawaiian guy that does it with the ukulele, Israel. His nickname is IZ. They called him Iz. That's the next video that is in the Nearpod. So you have Judy Garland and you have Israel. I want you to watch both of those videos, Judy Garland and Israel, and you're going to do a Venn diagram on a piece of paper and compare and contrast those two videos. So this is what yours is going to look like. So I'm going to erase the one that I just did. That was an example. So you are going to get a piece of paper, just a plain piece of paper, and you're going to go ahead and draw your Venn diagram. There's a slide in the Nearpod that shows you how to draw it. Okay? You're going to write Judy Garland's name on one side. And you are going to write Iz on the other. That's his nickname, IZ. The things that you noticed about them singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow that were the same, the things that were the same go in this area, right down here. Then the things that you noticed that Judy Garland did that was not the same, you're going to put in this area. The things that were different, that Israel did, you're going to put in this area. And you are going to do a Venn diagram compare and contrast of the Somewhere Over the Rainbow clips. Not the Wonderful World clip that I just modeled for you. You're not doing that one. You are doing the Over the Rainbow, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So there's two videos that you have to watch in this Nearpod. Then you're going to draw your Venn diagram and you're going to do this. Then you are going to hold it up to the screen and Ms. Monahan and I are going to photograph it as evidence for your grade. This is a quiz grade. Also in the Nearpod is a little short quiz with 3 questions. Make sure you answer those 3 questions and submit that quiz. There is a little quiz after the What a Wonderful World video clip. There's a little quiz to take. Then you're seeing me. Then you're watching these 2 videos and you're doing a compare and contrast with the Venn diagram. If you have any questions, we'll be right there, myself or Miss Monahan, to answer those for you. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoy these videos. We sure enjoyed them. See you next time.